talk a little bit about the process of creating East of Rob and where it started, ideas, and how it all came together.
How it came together is that Rob owns the world and has 10,000 projects, and when he gets 10,001, he's like, excited to call Diane. We had just done the Veronica Mars movie. We just wrote that together, and he, directed it and did everything. And Susie Wagner approached him with this property of iZombie, and he knows that I'm a big zombie fan, and a big comic book fan, a big sci-fi fan. And he called me and said, Susie Wagner was interested in doing this project iZombie. I was like, I'm in. I don't even know what it is, but I'm in. And then we started talking about it a little, and then I read the comics, and I knew that we couldn't do, while I love the comics, I knew that we couldn't do just on the CW and on network television. You couldn't really have like the Were Terrier and the Ghost, and it's just, you couldn't, for comic books, it's great, but we couldn't really do that. But we were inspired by the idea of this main character who is stuck between being alive and dead, and getting these, being forced to eat brains, but also getting these flashes of people. And when you have all the different shows of solving crime, it's the detectives or the police officers, they're always invested in some way, and sometimes they have special connections to them, or they have special abilities, but I think it's rare. I can't think of another show where the person actually gets parts of them, like has their memories and has like a little bit of them, and that investment in solving a person's murder is so interesting to me, like a layman having that and solving and trying to solve their murder. So I feel like I'm boring the crap out of you. So sorry.
No.
I've been talking about Buckley again.
So will it basically be like a case of the week? Or?
Yeah, so it's like a zombie show, but then it also has this procedural, but much like Veronica Mars, the tone is humor. We're calling it a zombie or a zombie. I don't know. But it's so it still has the humor, but there is a case of the week, and then there's this ongoing B-story, zombie story with Liv and Blaine, who's played by David Andrews, who's amazing. Was there ever any worry that people go, not another zombie thing? It's so, I guess, I had a weird worry because I'm such a huge Walking Dead fan, like it's a problem. Like if any of you know Chris Hardwick, I really just want to be on the Talking Dead so desperately, because all I want to do is talk about it. But my fear was more that people would be coming to it expecting The Walking Dead and be like, wait, it's really iZombie, there's really just one, and it's not all gore, and there's no apocalypse. But I think it's just so different, and I personally love getting in at the ground floor of a zombie apocalypse. Or it's always an apocalypse. It's never just like a zombie slight cold that a couple people in the Parsippany area get, and then they contain it. It's always like the apocalypse. So just having it be one girl at first, and the onus of that is just so interesting, and I think different for zombie fans. I think also like zombie fans, they want to talk about it. They want to debate it. They'll probably have lots of fun pointing out all the things we did wrong. But like they also like I believe that I personally do the variations. Like the different, you have your Romeros, you have your 28 Days Later, you have your World War Z's. Like there's always, you have your Walking Dead. There's like different kinds and different ways that it happens. And to me, it's fun to explore, and it's a different way of doing it. But I'm terrified that zombie fans will be pissed or like not, into it. But
you can't make everybody happy all the time.
You can't make everybody happy, but as long as we have like a one cool zombie moment, like we have like in each episode there's like a cool zombie moment, and then
What's your favorite cool zombie moment?
I can't tell you. There's one that I love so much that it's so hard for me not to tell you because it delights me. But
how will we know what it was once we see it?
When you see it and you're delighted.
Delighted.
Okay. And if you're not delighted, it might still be the thing I was delighted by, and we might just not have the same tastes. But I'd like to think that we're on the same page with that. But
fair enough.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, guys. I hope you get like some of the raw.
You were lovely.
Yeah.
You mentioned some of the changes that you made for some of this stuff. Are you drawing some of the story elements out of it, or is it just the main character that really inspired, and you're taking your own, and you're basically taking that your own way?
Well, we've kind of taken it our own way, but it's amazing to kind of look back and see what inspired us that we didn't even know inspired us. And excuse me if did I talk about the lake at all? No. So it's like one of the things, like just in the second, I don't know if you're familiar with the comics, but like in the second installment, they it starts off with a flashback of the one character at a lake, and they're talking about this massacre of the Indians with these octopus creatures. And it wasn't even in our mind when we were doing the lake massacre for iZombie. We weren't like, oh, let's try to get the octopus Indian flashback in one comic and make it turn into something else. Like we didn't even realize the things that we were picking up on. And it's things like that kind of sneak in, but thus far there's no other characters, like there's no Were Terrier or oh, okay, sorry. But thanks a lot.